there's other goalkeeping news of sorts at the very least. Elliot Friedman making a remark that there might be a link for Ian Clark. Now, what's his official title? No, goaltending consultant or scout.
Yeah.
May be a link to him back to Jacob Markstrom and the New Jersey Devils. And that makes a lot of sense. But you wonder if it happens right now, or does it happen at the end of the season here, Irv?
Well, that's the thing, right? I think the one thing that we need to realize is he doesn't have a director position on his name. So teams are free to call Ian Clark and say, hey, do you want a role as a director of scouting for whether it be the New Jersey Devils or any other team if they are going to call?
As long as it's a promotion.
As long as it's a promotion for him. The thing that Ian Clark probably has is, he's worked with Thatcher Demko and obviously with Archer Seeloffs for so long that I think he still kind of wants to be here a little bit. But the number one thing is money, right? He's still getting paid a pretty good amount as a scout here.
Is your understanding that his paycheck has not changed since the title change?
I don't believe his paycheck has changed. I think he's getting the same amount for this season.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what happens after that. So because of that, he probably wants to remain a member of the Vancouver Canucks organization, right? You leave, even though it's a role of a director, you might not be getting more than what the Canucks are paying you right now. You can sign a contract that over time, it might be, but I think what the Canucks are paying him, he's making a pretty good penny right now. So it's going to be interesting. There are going to be teams that are called, if not more, that have called. And obviously Elliott knows something if he's linking the New Jersey Devils to him and with his ties to Jacob Markstrom as well. But yeah, I think the issue would be fit for him and his family and what he wants to do and what his role is as a goaltending director and how he sees it. And the other one would be money. It's always the most important one, Blake. It is money.
And he's at an interesting point in his career now. Yep. He's past the age of 60, I believe.
Doesn't want to be on the ice or didn't want to be on the ice or couldn't be on the ice. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like for a 48-year-old goalie coach, getting a title might be of more value because, that can catapult you to the next step if you're looking to climb the hockey ladder somewhere. To take less money but get a title, I don't know that necessarily fits. If I'm a 60-year-old guy thinking of retirement in the not too distant future, I think dollars in bank mean more to me than title. Now, if you're so dissatisfied with your role with the Vancouver Canucks that you've been neutered or muted to the point where you're just unhappy with your work life, I mean, that's worth something. You want to be happy in your work life. So,
yeah, I think the relationship has been soured a little bit for sure. I don't think the relationship has been soured between him and the goalies, though.
Right.
And I think that that's an important one that people need to realize.
And he feels an ownership of that relationship that he wants to see through.
Yep. That's what I think.
I think it's going to be a big scruple conversation internally, though, right? It's a gut check moment here for Ian Clark of what is the most important for me? What is the decision I'm going to make that makes the most sense? And there's a bit of pride, maybe, and again, seeing through the Shelovs and Demko experiment here. Not to an end, because he's not mirroring their entirety of their careers here, but at least seeing through the season that they are in to its closure and then maybe moving on at that point. But so would you say you're less than 50-50 chance? You think he stays with the team is your betting favor right now?
I think we can have this discussion maybe again around the All-Star break the Four Nations break.
When the season is mostly in the back pocket.
Yeah. But as it stands right now, he's a member of the Vancouver Canucks organization. Yes, the relationship probably between him and management has soured a little bit, but
who in particular, Jim, do you think?
Probably both, right? I think that, when you have these conversations and you get things taken away from you, when you try and have a conversation and say, what you wanted to do, and then that your job kind of got taken and now you're a scout. That's the one thing. But the other thing is from their perspective, they said, okay, here, you're still keeping your money. We're still giving you what you wanted or what we have been paying you. So I think that that's also something that Ian Clark has to be careful with and take into consideration.